Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 6, Episode 14. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Previously on Tyler Perry's Sistas. Andy's on a date, dressed real late, and Zac and Fatima are at his son's house ready to get it popping. My girls hold me down, them boys mess around and sing. So, child, when the episode first opens up, Zac busts in ready to beat old boy down. And so the old Fatima shows up. Baby, she shot one shot in the air like Diamond on Players Club. Everybody out the dressing room, please. Everybody out the damn dressing room, please. Baby, big Fatima. So they know she don't play, honey. They know she don't play about her man. If Fatima love you, baby, she down for you like 4 flat tires. Do you hear me? Fatima always coming with that heater. So then she asked them if they knew who she was. And they're like, no, who you supposed to be? So she tells them, roll your sleeves up. So she got them all lined up. So then she gets on the phone. She calls somebody. Now I'm thinking she called the madam. That's who I think she called. But you have to watch the other show to know exactly what's going on. Because, you know, Tyler Perry likes to intertwine the cast. So she calls and I'm like, not Big Fatima, honey. She is in full effect. And it's crazy how well she plays this role when her real life persona is so pleasant and positive. But then when she get on here, honey, this is some acting. Do you hear me? I'm trying to figure out who she called as I'm watching. And after she got done talking with him, she was like, yeah, so you need to apologize. So they're trying to figure out who they need to apologize to. You know exactly who you need to apologize to, that baby first and foremost, and his daddy. So they end up apologizing to Fatima. So Fatima is walking out and a gang of dudes dressed in all black like the Omen, they show up. And I'm hollering that she more gangster than Zac. Because Zac's sitting up here, oh, what was that? What was that? Zac, be quiet, okay? Be quiet and get the kid in the car, okay? They about to handle them boys. In the next scene, Andy in this puffy dress, they're on this date. So they're having a little small talk. And, you know, he's asking her if she's ever been married or engaged. Of course, she said yes. Girl, Gary don't count. They were supposed to, you know, be there for only an hour. But an hour turned into like 3. And y'all know what? As I was watching this, I was just wondering, what happened to the cleaning guy that Andy messed around with? Y'all remember? He was cleaning the offices or whatever at her law firm, and his mama was there and all kinds of stuff. I just wonder what happened to him. Baby, these characters, they come and they go. Do you hear me? They come and they go. So anywho, the date has ran a little bit long. They look around and Andy sees that Sabrina and Danny are at the table with his friends. So he's like, those are your friends? Because those are my friends. So why don't my friends and your friends get together and we can be friends? I mean, we can do this every weekend. All right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He ain't no Brother Love, honey. He ain't no Diddy. Anywho, so they notice that the friends are intermingling. So he want to play a little joke on them. He's like, let's just play like we had the worst date of our lives. Over on the other side of town, Zac's still trying to figure out what's going on. Fatima, what was that? She was like, shh, the baby's asleep. That baby ain't a bit more sleep than the man in the moon. He was so cute. His little eyes was just a blinking. That's what my son does on Christmas Eve. When he be pretending he's sleeping, he really up. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you asleep? And if he answers me back, which I always catch him, he always goes, yes. Then I know he's not asleep. But anywho, a little cutie in the back, honey, he ain't saying nothing. He's traumatized because these idiots have been abusing him. So they pull over and she gets in the front seat with Zac. So she's acting like nothing went on. She was like, yeah, so, you know, how's the weather? She said, look, I basically had to call Pookie and them, okay? The Blackout Boys came and handled it, and my cousin is over them. That's when I knew she was talking about the madam. But me personally, I wouldn't care who in the hell she called as long as it was handled. After you have really been trying me and my child, please, I don't care who you call as long as they take care of them. So as they're in the car, she starts to realize that Zac was treated just like his son was. And he does not want to relive that. He's like, yo, chill out. I don't want to start crying. So let's just drop it. She said, well, it just makes me understand you more. And see, that is the difference between her and Karen, because she's able to realize that certain things that he's gone through actually molded and shaped his character. Whereas Karen just want to get together and argue, child. Moving forward. Zach said, look, I'm going to talk to his mama since we have him. And I know she going to flip out, but don't worry about it. I'm going to talk to him. Back at the pub, Andy and her date walk up playing like they're ready to go. And they're playing like they're mad. So everybody's like, what? What's good? What's going on? What's wrong with y'all? So they're playing this up and both sides are eating it up. Everybody's just sitting there looking. This is the worst date I've ever had. No, this is the worst date I have ever had. I don't ever want to see you again. I don't ever want to see you again. And as they're doing this, I was like, not them acting better than they did on their date. Not this acting is better than the acting you were doing while you were on that date. Child, this is a fool. So Sabrina's like, what's going on? Andy said, actually, what's going on is it's the best date I've ever had. So they realized that they were playing. But Danny and Sabrina said, look, they were ready to give a beat down. Sabrina said, I know, I was down too. I said, what? Sabrina, I did not know you had it in you. See, sometimes it be them quiet ones. You got to watch them quiet ones, honey. So all of the men wanted to see them again. Danny, okay, what are we doing? I mean, you did say no, but that metallic dress says yes. So I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing. Since all of them have been drinking, Rico suggests that they take the bus. The sight of Andy and Danny in these dresses getting on public transportation has me screaming. It has me screaming. I said, not her finna get on that dress with them puffy sleeves, Lord. Please say it ain't so. I wish I would get on that light rail after a date. Child, please. Y'all can't get me an Uber, a black car, or something? A bus? Now, I ain't bougie. I like to have a good time, baby, but I like to have a good time in my dunks and my jeans. I'm not having no good time in my Met Gala gown. Say what now? Oh, no, ma'am. And why are they acting like college freshmen? I was like, well, ooh, honey, this is giving lunch card. Go through the lunch line. We don't have much to eat. We're doing the best we can. Ramen for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let's catch the bus down to the movie theater. I don't like this. I really don't. So of all the people, Danny is the first one to say yes. Danny, where is Preston? Huh? Where is Preston? Andy is like, no, ma'am. They're like, so why? So the guys are like, you acting like you drive a Rolls Royce or something. They said, actually, she does. So everybody looking like, what? Not a Rolls Royce. Tyler, where does your mind go with this stuff? The bus at night? I don't care if it's 15 men. You decided to put these three ladies on the bus? Now, as I'm watching, I'm thinking that Tyler is thinking, his thought process as he writes this, is that he wants the ladies to get back to having fun with men, being carefree, having fun, smiling, and all of this. But we got to remember, Tony is a good old stalker. Okay. Tony knows everything, probably including Danny's social security number. And I didn't like that these men, every man on here, not just these men, they do not know how to take no for an answer. Tyler, if we can just get the men to respect boundaries, because what I would have loved is for them to say, you ladies don't want to ride the bus? You know what? We'll take a rain check. And then start to pursue them. Not, you gonna get on this bus. Okay? And like, no. In the next scene, Hayden is calling his estranged wife, trying to get her back. Here comes old Rockhead Gary. He is in way too many scenes for me. Okay? And I hate when they get together. They started talking about Hayden's love life. Child, I checked out. When I checked back in, Gary was still there, so I checked back out. I can't stand these two as a duo. I can't stand it. I don't care what they talking about. I will find something else to do. I will sweep the ocean. I will braid every fiber on the carpet. I'm not going to sit and engage with Hayden and Gary, or Gaden, as I like to call them. Moving forward. So basically, when I check back out and check back in and check back in again, after I had checked out twice, Hayden is talking about Andy's date and Gary's acting unfazed. Child, these two dimwits. Moving forward. In the next scene, Karen and her poked out pelvis are at the house trying to find something to eat. She looking all in the cabinets, telling me, I gotta go to the grocery store. So then Pam calls. You know, she calling to irritate her, as she does. And she's like, girl, what you doing? I'm about to go to the grocery store. Pam said, it's late. Girl, it's 11 p.m. Ma'am, I know you live on Tyler Perry Studios, so every store is open and everywhere is safe. But ma'am, in the real world, 11 p.m. is late. Walmart don't even stay open 24 hours no more. I'm not going no damn well when the sun goes down. Okay, I'm inside. Girl, what? I know these cravings got you losing your mind, honey, but you better call Aaron. And that's exactly what Pam said. Pam said, well, why don't you just call Aaron? You know, he'll bring you some food. Child, he probably on his way right now. You know, he gonna do it if he don't do nothing else. So she's like, no, I don't want to do that. So Pam told her, look, girl, I'm just checking on you. Karen was like, I'm fine. Pam said, well, I'm not. Okay. Because my rent is due. So I need the rest of my money. So Karen is telling her, girl, I ain't got it. Pam says, well, if you don't have it, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do, and I'm gonna have to take another job. I would have already been working. Karen ain't focused on nothing but Zach. In the next scene, they're all waiting for the bus, right? Danny wearing this man's jacket. Girl, you about to make me mad, Danny. Danny, stop sabotaging this relationship. You about to make me mad. It's cold. They're shivering. Rico is trying to figure out what's wrong with Sabrina. The guys see a lady selling flowers. They go up and they buy flowers for the ladies. I mean, it's cute, but only 2 of y'all single. Danny left Preston trying to figure out how to lock the stove with his mind. Danny, check on that man and make sure he ain't passed out in that house, honey, after you gave him that Mary Jane. Girl, what is wrong with you? So then the number 9 bus show up, and Andy, looking like she want to peel her skin off, she actually gets on. Ma'am, it's the city bus. Nobody's even on it. Tyler Perry rented it out for the night. Tyler, I just be playing with you. Ooh, honey, it's the show you love to hate. My girls hold me down. I'm never going to give up on sisters. I don't care what they do, child. I ain't going to never give up on y'all. Anywho, get on the bus, honey, like Spike Lee said. Get on the bus. So they get on, and Andy is telling him how it's triggering for her to get on this bus because her mom used to take her to school on the city bus, and then she had to get back on that same bus and then go to her second job. So the way that Andy is describing it makes him think that she was the product of a single mother. So she said, no, I had both my parents, and she let him know that her dad had recently passed. Now, what I loved about this is that we got a glimpse of who Andy actually is, because all we know about Andy is a lawyer who was with this man. See, I think people forget, okay? Because y'all know I like to begin at the beginning. All I know of Andy is that she was sleeping with a married man. The very first episode, sleeping with a married man who divorced his wife, who has children that we never hear about or see. And his wife came into the house and tried to shoot them and shot them with rubber bullets, or Gary, that is. And then she fell over the balcony. I don't know. The lady just said, and then she tried to sue him, and we just never heard anything from the lady again. But this made her more human. Because all that over the top mess they be talking about, I'm like, what is really going on, honey? So we find out that Andy does, in fact, come from a 2-parent household, and her dad passed. And so being on this bus makes her remember how they had to struggle and go back and forth and back on the city bus. And I feel like this is a cute little conversation with them. And he tells her he wants to kiss her really bad. And she's like, well, no, I don't get down on the first night. And she was like, I should make a move, but I won't. Okay, shout out to Monica. So then he said, well, what about the 3rd date? She said, yeah, maybe. So then he leans in to get a kiss. See, I knew it. I knew he would overstep. Relax, Senor Smooth. She said 3rd date, not this here. She said, what are you doing? He said, well, we got on the bus. That's 1 date. We walked across the street. That's another date. We sat down to eat. That's another date. Sir, now we're on one continuous date that she wants to end, but you just keep on keeping on. Danny's date over there is still talking to her about her recorded phone conversations. He is giving them people. Y'all know when you call for any type of customer service, let's just say you call Xfinity because the cable is not going the way the cable should be going, honey. Internet ain't interneting. And they tell you your call is being recorded for quality assurance. That's what this is giving, honey. You are not quality assurance. Why are you listening to everything that she says? And meanwhile, Danny just sitting up there skinning and grinning. He's like, yeah, you know, when I saw you, I was thinking you were a 10. Shorty right there is a 10. Oh, a 10. Shout out to the dream, honey. So she was like, no, I'm not a 10. He said, you don't think so? She said, no, I'm more like a 15. Baby, I know that's right. So he told her that he thinks she's beautiful and that she's one of a kind. And she said, yeah, you know, well, I'm really committed. Are you committed? Because if so, why are you on this bus skinning and grinning? Are you really committed? Now, I like the friend group. Don't get me wrong. But I guess Tyler is trying to show them what they could have. Okay, because you got Gary over there scratching his head, looking at Hayden in the face. Then you got Preston at home trying to lock the stove. And Preston didn't want to take no for an answer either. Then you have, well, child, Karen ain't there. But then you have Sabrina, between Bio, the goats back home, and him trying to make her his wife, and he ain't even pay her bail, to Calvin spinning and twirling around every time Sabrina gets in trouble. This is what y'all have versus what you could have. It's like what I ordered versus what I got. So I think Tyler is trying to take us there. And I think it's cute to see the ladies let their hair down and get out of the apartment. Tyler, you've been listening. You have been listening because you took them ladies out of that apartment. Remember last season I told y'all my son said this is the apartment show. Moving forward. But Sabrina, don't you even get started, honey, because you know Calvin not going to let nobody else have you in any kind of way. So I hope you're not getting too comfortable because you know he going to pop up if he don't do nothing else. So then while they're on the bus, Rico starts talking about this coach that they had that molded them into the men that they are. So then they start to recite his last speech before he died. He told them to be great men, treat black women right, and this, that, and this, and that. So then they all took turns reciting this speech. It was giving fairy side, fairy side. You remember when Mr. Clark caught them in that restroom and they started singing the alma mater? I said, baby, what in the free Mr. Clark is happening? Yeah. So they start to recite the coach stuff or whatever. Then Danny was like, well, what did the coach say about all of your divorces? I know that's right, honey. Let's hear it. Rico gonna say, he said, leave that bitch, because she ain't worth your time. Ah, okay. So the coach told you to respect black women, then turn around and degrades black women by calling them out of their names. Only in Tyler Perry land. Only in Tyler Perry land. So then the bus driver turns around and he's like, y'all need to get off, okay? Because I'm going back to the station. Now, I don't know what y'all finna do, but I'm finna go back to the bus barn. Y'all need to get off of here because I'm getting ready to go. But bus driver, sir, question, okay? Why did you let them stay on there so long, okay, knowing that you were about to go back to that station? So now they're on the side of the road at damn near midnight. So Andy calls a ride share and they want to share that. She's like, no, you're grown men. You can go. So the car comes, Andy being all rude. I'm like, Andy, your little Tinder date is why y'all are out here. Okay, nobody told you to swipe left when you should have been swiping right or however the hell you're supposed to swipe to tell them you don't want to be bothered. That's why you're on the side of the road. And why do you have an attitude all of a sudden? I was like, girl, what is wrong with you? And then 2 seconds later, Andy was like, when they walked off, she looks at the girls. Did we really meet 3 great guys in Atlanta? Andy, is something wrong with you? I'm not sure if y'all met 3 great guys or not, honey, because Tyler gonna right away for them to be a villain. I'm just saying. Child, in the final scene, they're going to the grocery store to get the baby something to eat. Fatima, that is. And baby, they run into Karen. They meet up in the grocery store again. Karen's saying some mess down to that Piggly Wiggly. Karen, nobody told y'all. Y'all all in this Walmart at 11 o'clock. Y'all need to get out that damn store. And that was the end of the episode. So next episode, we're going to see Fatima and their family. Okay. Because now it's a ready-made family. Just add water. Just add the baby. Run into Karen. And you know, Karen can't stand to see them do anything. Breathe, look. She can't stand it. So we're going to see how it works out. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I'm trying to get in the mind of Tyler Perry so I can understand exactly what it is that I watched, but we shall see. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.